So it's a really funny story. Little people know this, but before Chris learned how to play drums, he was a professional tennis player. And and I actually love to watch tennis. And so Chris used to be like a super famous tennis player back in like the early 1800s. And actually, there was this amazing. Do you remember this one in Spain?
Yeah.
In Spain, he was playing Federico Angelino, and it was like the match of the century.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if he could do it, so I flew all the way from Bermuda to see his tennis match. And I think you were a janitor there, kind of working that day. He used to only speak Spanish. It took, the last 200 years for me and Chris to teach him how to speak English. And it's been a really fun journey, but we were watching this tennis match, and then he lost the game. It was really sad, starting to bring up.
I was crying.
But we all realized something that day. As he would hit the ball with the racket, Chris had perfect timing. There was actually some famous music producer in the crowd, and he pulled out a metronome. Yeah, Timberlake was there.
Yeah.
And he pulled out a metronome, and he pulled up a click track, and he was playing in perfect time. And he's like, "Have you ever thought about being a drummer, man?" And he's like, "No." And so he handed him a pair of drumsticks, and he pulled out this full drum set from behind the bleachers. I don't know why they were there, but they were there.
Yeah, it was weird.
And he just started playing, and I was like such a big fan of Chris's. I was kind of fangirling over him, and I went down there and I tripped and fell on my face. And Timberlake got really mad at me for once, but he's like, "You know what? You look like you know how to play guitar. Why don't you try playing guitar with this guy?" And then he was coming out to kick us out because the match was over, and he's coming to kick us out of the arena. He's like, "Get out of here, but in his free time, he used to turn this mop that he had into like a bass, like a bucket bass. Have you ever seen those? And he turned it into this bucket bass, and then Timberlake, as he's like going out to kick us out, he's all like mad, and he's like, "Get out!" Timberlake's like, "Yo, man, chill out. What is that in your hand?" He's like, "It's a bucket bass, Timberlake." And so then we all just kind of played, and then we started, and then Timberlake was like, "Hey, what's the Spanish word for tennis?" And somebody was like, "I think it's Lybecker." And so that's the story of how we started as a band.
Yep. Very nice.
That's the short version.
Okay. Okay, Kyle.
There's a lot more to
I have a really, really serious question to ask you guys. You listening?
Mm-hmm.
When is the last time you pooped your pants?
Dude.
Honestly,
You guys really want to know?
that's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I'm offended.
I'll say this on record. I've literally never pooped before.
Yeah.
I think it's gross. I think it's disgusting. And I think it's gross.
looking at the clock right now, I'm actually pooping right now.
But to answer your question yesterday. Okay, yes, next question.
Okay, what am I gonna ask now?
Carnation?
Okay. What?
Nothing.
Okay, I have really good. Oh yeah, who are some of your musical influences?
Oh man, so many.
Yeah. My favorite band my top 3 favorite bands are, let's say, Switchfoot, U2, and Third Eye Blind.
Boys Like Girls, but they're not a band anymore, so that makes me cry.
They're coming back this summer.
But yes, they have 7 shows coming up, and I'm really stoked about it.
I think we all.
My mom plays music. She's my favorite band.
I think we all listen to quite a lot of music, and we're always kind of checking what's new on what's hip, what the children are listening to these days. The whippersnappers,
right?
Yep,
Yeah.
The memes. But we also old stuff too, and we're really influenced by a lot of stuff that would assume from musicians like the Beatles or Elton John or
Rolling Stones.
Pablo Picasso
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Somebody said what in the congregation? Pablo Picasso was the greatest beatboxer
Of his time.
of his time. So nothing was ever recorded, but that's what people say. So we read those articles and like try and get that influence from the archives. Next question.
Okay, would you rather be trapped in a horror movie or a chick flick?
Ooh.
Describe chick flick. Is that like a movie about chickens? Flicking things?
I would probably rather be trapped in a chick flick because it seems like in horror movies, they always make really stupid mistakes and they never can run away. They never think that, oh, I should just run away. They're like, oh, I'm going to go back in the house. Every time.
I would be in a chick flick because I feel like it would be like, I can only imagine that it'd be about like a lot of different kinds of farm animals and stuff. And like I feel like
Lots of chickens.
lots of like, yeah, little chicks running around.
Like baby flips.
And I would think that like my character would be the guy that just watches the eggs hatch. And then you just yells like, we got another one! Got another one! Like that.
Same with me.
Next question?
Next question.
Okay, I'm afraid to ask. Okay, how did you guys meet?
Well, we
This
kind
is
of.
a 3-day long.
Well, no, I mean, we met. It's simple. We all met in Spain in the 1800s. Timberland.
Mm-hmm.
But tell them like where we actually met, because like that is a little bit of a fabricated story.
It's true.
It's only like
Well,
80% true,
it actually dates back
even beyond that.
beyond that. Captain Cook, after he founded Australia and was on the brink of, I don't know if we should tell this story.
Yeah, maybe that's
Yeah.
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 Let's just say it did not go well.
The people were real upset.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa. Whew. Oh, we almost got into something different. Next question.
Okay, friend asked this question. Do you guys like Marvel or DC better, and what is your favorite? Who is your favorite superhero?
Favorite superhero? I don't even know if he's either.
Spider-Man. Because it does this.
Yep.
Actually,
It's a good one.
Or that?
yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna say Condor Man.
Condor Man. Whew. Man, I know he's not exactly a superhero, but the purple thing that's with in like the McDonald's commercials, what's his name?
Grimace.
Because he's awesome.
I kind of want to hug that guy.
Yeah.
I kind of want to punch him. I don't think he could take it. Like my hand would just go through him.
What is he, like a purple chicken nugget? I always wondered.
What is Grimace?
What is Grimace? That's the question. If you know what Grimace is, phone in. Phone in. Yeah.
Okay. This question was actually suggested by another band, Breakthrough.
Okay.
They wanted to know which song of yours is your favorite and what life experience you come from.
I mean, our latest record is. I mean, we all have different favorite songs. It depends on the day of the week too, because they change all the time. But I think all of the songs on our new record are really dear to our hearts because we wrote them together. But we also wrote them. It's funny because our latest record, we had all these songs that we had written and taken like a year to write or something like that, and then we were doing a tour before we went into the studio to record What Is Now Wild Hearts Don't Stop. And when we started that tour, we were like, man, all these songs that we wrote for this next record suck.
They're terrible.
They're terrible. And so we were like, well, let's figure it out. Let's try to write some songs. And we wrote the entire record in like a week and a half. And every night on tour, like Have It All is probably one of my favorite songs right now. And we actually wrote that. We played a show, and then we were in like a hotel in Myrtle Beach, and we were just kind of like looking at the ocean, and that song just kind of came. We wrote the whole thing in like 20 minutes, just because the vibe was right.
Yeah, I mean, Have It All is like, it's like a great mantra for our band. So I would say that that's currently my favorite too. What was the other half of the question? What was the experience?
Yeah, what life experience did it come from?
Oh, I mean, I think just kind of like for Breakthrough and for every other band, like there's so much that you put into being in a band, and so much that you expect to get out of being in a band, and like the amount that you put in. I mean, I guess not for everybody, but for the majority of people who play music, so much of what you put in, you don't get out. But the thing that you do get out is like these great experiences and a lot of like great interactions with people, and so like as far as like that song, like man, that song is kind of saying like we might not like ever make it, but we have everything we need like right now. So
Mine's probably Tomorrow. Probably because that has really cool drum parts in it, and I like to play it. So, but yeah, like it's the chorus is "Let's live like tomorrow's not there," and I think that's kind of cool. Just to like it's just kind of like a song about boldness, where like you don't know if you're gonna be here tomorrow, and so let's just give it all that we have. So I think that's kind of cool.
Okay, so one more question, Kyla.
Okay, this one's suggested by a friend too. Okay, so if you were stuck on an island, what 3 things would you bring?
3 what?
What 3 things would you bring?
Ooh. Oh man. That's hard. There's a toss up between 2. What would you bring?
I would bring 64 copies of The Golden Girls Complete Season 1, a football helmet full of cottage cheese, and obviously some tater tots.
I mean, I've got to think of 3 other ones because you just stole all of them.
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, we have those things already ready in case we're get stuck on it.
What would I bring since you stole them? I don't know. Probably a clean pair of socks. That's not funny.
It's not
serious. I don't know, man. I would probably bring like. I love those Castaway shows where it's like, you only get to bring like one thing or something like that. And it's like, so I'd probably bring like something to start a fire with, a surfboard and a fishing pole.
I would bring the sofa that's in my my house right now, a big bag of Cheez-Its, and
Dude loves some Cheez-Its.
and a dog.
Mm.
I love dogs. A lot.
Well, thank you for letting us interview you. So